Breaking news, the Prince Harry visa hearing has concluded today, and it's not looking good for Hazza and Megxi, as the judge is now looking at releasing it so we can finally get to the truth of the matter once and for all. Let me explain everything that's happened today and what the judge actually said. Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef The Alter Nerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to the Dose of the Daily Nerd, where I break down the royal news and gossip of the day that's pretty much caught me eye. And oh my goodness, yeah, let's jump into this madness, shall we? Because it's not looking good for Hazza and Megxi, because the judge is now saying that he's open to releasing Prince Harry's US visa documents in a major U-turn. We'll all remember the last hearing that happened prior to today. The judge had ruled, you're not releasing it, we're not releasing it, you're not getting it, end of. Heritage Foundation appealed, and it looks like it's all coming up gravy for us and the Heritage Foundation. So here we go. The judge, Carl Nichols, has indicated that he's open to releasing Prince Harry's US visa documents and could actually be open to releasing maximum portions of the whole thing. The judge previously ruled a few months ago, back in September, that the visa documents for Hazza should remain private. Judge Nichols, though, asked lawyers for Donald Trump's Department of Homeland Security to provide details of redactions it would like to request before considering a release. It's the first time the case has been held since President Trump took power on January the 20th. The judge has viewed the visa document in full, so the judge already knows what's in there. Prince Harry is not party to the case. He wasn't present in court today when it all happened. The Heritage Foundation has requested that they have a copy of this visa document under the Freedom of Information Act for the release of it. However, this was rejected by the Department of Homeland Security, and this is why it's now gone to court. Now, Judge Nichols has said, I'm not foreclosing the possibility that there might be some possible relief. He wanted the maximum disclosure as long as it doesn't violate privacy. And so the judge has asked the Department of Homeland Security to provide requests for redactions or continued withholdings. This is a major U-turn. This is a major win for truth. It's a major win for the Heritage Foundation. It's a major win for the American public, because the American public deserve to know the truth as to how Prince Harry's visa was handled right at the beginning. Did he disclose everything in terms of his past illicit substance taking, when I can get my teeth back in me gob, and therefore given special dispensation to still be allowed in the country? Because we all know the other examples. Kate Moss, she was refused entry into America for years because of her past substance usage. Nigella Lawson, the same thing. Or did Prince Harry not put everything on that application form? At that point, what is Department of Homeland Security going to do at that stage? Either way, the DHS is screwed, whichever way you look at it. But the American people deserve to know the truth as to which scenario are we dealing with here. What did Prince Hazza put in his visa documentation? How was it dealt with? Were immigration laws been broken? He got special privileges, whatever. What the hell happened? The American people deserve to know. And it looks like you guys are one step closer with what Judge Carl Nichols is saying right here. It is insane to see this U-turn. Insane. I actually expected this hearing to go a little bit like this. Heritage Foundation putting their point across as to why there should be an appeal, this, that, and the other. Department of Homeland Security putting their thing across, saying why there shouldn't be an appeal, this, that, and the other. The judge then to go away, think about it, and come back at a later date to confirm what he wants to do with it all. So the judge saying this instead, that he's not foreclosing the possibility that there might be some possible relief, that he wanted the maximum disclosure as long as it doesn't violate privacy. This is beyond my wildest expectations of how this has gone today. Beyond my expectations. Because the judge here is now turning around and saying, yeah, let's release it. Let's release it. But let's release it ensuring that there's a balance between public disclosure, or the public have a right to know, and hazardous privacy at the same time. So it's like, okay, DHS, come back to me. Let me know what you'd want to retract, this, that, and the other, and I'll think about it and come back to you. This is nuts to see that this is actually happening. But it's a welcome kind of nuts. This is the kind of nuts that I can actually jive with, okay, guys? And so John Bardo, lawyer for the Department of Homeland Security, said that the documents would be a shell once redacted. And so the DHS responded to the legal claim last year, kind of, I suppose, clarifying this whole shell comment that John Bardo said, saying, much like health, financial, or employment information, a person's immigration information is private personal information. Added that there was no publicly available information showing that Prince Harry was ever convicted for an illicit substance-related offence. And so, in other words, their response to the legal claim last year was essentially turning around and saying a person's full immigration application record is all private personal information. And so for John Bardo now to turn around in this hearing and say, look, you want us to provide what redactions we'd put in place? Yeah, we can do. But it's going to be a shell once redacted. It ain't going to be worth the paper it's written on, basically. Yeah. I don't think Judge Carl Nichols will take too kindly, I think, to the amount of redactions the Department of Homeland Security are going to submit to him on this application. Because I think Judge Carl Nichols now, based on what he said, is trying to find a middle ground to all of this. It's recognising Hazard's kind of right to privacy in this, but is also now recognising that the American public also have a right now to know what happened with his visa, that it is now of public concern, because it's got to that point. It's inescapable. And so, yeah, based on what Judge Carl Nichols has said today, Hazard's screwed. This application's getting released. It's getting released. To what extent, who the frick knows at this point? But it's getting released, and it looks like we are one step closer to getting to the truth of the matter. Now, stay tuned and make sure you subscribe to join our Alter Nerd tribe here on this channel, because next up I will be getting your favourite DC lawyer, John Witherspoon, in. He actually attended today's hearing, so he'll be giving us a first-hand account, an eyewitness account of what went down in that courtroom, all the bits that are not being reported in mainstream media. John will be bringing to us. So if you don't want to miss that video or any of my future content, and I will, as always, be keeping up to date on this court case, as I have done right at the beginning, then make sure you subscribe to join our Alter Nerd tribe, because I'll be honest with you, help us now get to 1 million so we can also get that gold play button right there, and hopefully cause a Meghan Markle meltdown on Instagram. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories, whatevers. Thank you so much to everyone that tuned into this breaking news video. I appreciate all your faces, and until the next time, you guys, laters.